Hey everybody, my name is Kevin Porman. I'm a developer advocate here at Salesforce, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Normally, in the codeLive hour every Thursday, we work on Apex and Apex recipes, and sometimes it's JavaScript, sometimes it's things related to Flow, but it's always more centrally focused on Salesforce development. Today we're going to branch out a little bit to sort of a partner ecosystem. We're going to be working with an iOS app that we have called Redwoods. If you've never seen it, Redwoods is the model, the use case, the model it's based off of is sort of car insurance. Users have car insurance with Redwoods Insurance, and then they turn around and they have a claim that they need to file, something that they need to do. And we turn around, we enable them to do that. They can take pictures of an accident scene. They can capture contact information, all this sort of stuff that you would expect to be able to do with a car insurance app. So if you've never seen that, let's go ahead and demonstrate it here a little bit. I'm going to choose a iPhone 12 Pro, and I'm going to run this on the simulator. Now the simulator can be a little bit system demanding, so I'm expecting there might be a little bit of stuttering today in our stream, but I think we're going to be pretty good. Here we have that being successful. Let's see, where's it going to launch that? Here we go. It's going to launch it on this one. I'm going to just go ahead and blow this up. Here's this is what it looks like. And as you can see, I've got some existing claims in here. And if I were to choose one of them, I can see the claim information. I can go back, and then I can also create a new one. So if I go here and I can, right now, since it's a simulator, I don't have a GPS location, so it's showing me in the middle of the South Pacific, which is lovely. I'd like to be there. It's nice and cold here in Indiana today, but regardless, that's incorrect. So I can fix that a little bit with here's a little bit of Xcode wizardry. I'm going to go over here and where is my route? I don't have the little, okay. Well, usually it gives you the ability to choose what your location is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this. Stop. And okay, thank you. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try that again. And it should give me the little mock your location down here. Maybe. Yeah, here we go. This little arrow is mock your location. Let's get back over here. Simulate location, and I'm going to put us today in New York City. And so if we come back over here and we go to our claim new, all right, it's going to put us at West 47th and 7th Avenue. Right there in the smack dab in the midst of New York City. So we can see how the GPS is working there. Now this is the iPhone version. This is what we launched with. And today what we want to do is we want to build out a user interface that better matches the screen real estate we have with an iPad. So what we're specifically going to do is we're going to work on adding that in, and then we're going to see what we can do to tweak it to make it a little bit more useful. So over here on this side, I've got an iPad simulator running, and I'm going to switch this back over to my iPad Pro 4th generation because honestly I dream of having one, and the simulator is as close as I'm likely to get. And I'm going to let this go ahead and run, and we're going to see sort of where we're at right now. Over here it's building. It should launch this here in just a second. Maybe. While we do that, there we go. Launching. Come on. There we go. And you see it's got this sort of automatic bit going on there. That's kind of cool. That is not what I had planned. So let's go ahead and change that. And to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to dive into a little bit of sort of insider baseball with how iOS apps are built. And if you're a Salesforce developer, you may be thinking, why? I don't know that I care here. Keep in mind, this app is backed by Salesforce data. And so what we're doing is we're surfacing this Salesforce data in a custom way that is going to be really useful to our customers. So if you've got a B2C app in mind for your customers, this is kind of thing that you're gonna, these little tips and tweaks that you're gonna want to know about. So when you have boot an iOS app, it's gonna, with Swift UI, it's gonna go through the scene delegate and it's going to create a new controller of a specific type. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change it from existing claims list view to host container view. Okay, and I'll save that. Now that host container view is a file I created, and it's fairly simple. We've got a sidebar structure, a detail struct, and we've got our host container view here that is going to load our sidebar and our detail in the in a navigation view. So pretty simple. Now, if you've never done anything with Swift UI before, it's like a breath of fresh air. I used to do UI kit development, and I always found it hard to wrap my head around it. And I'm certain that if I did it more often, it would become more natural to me. But Swift UI, I just sort of intuitively get, and I really appreciate that. What you do is you create views, and those views, they function very similar in concept to like a Lightning Web Component would function. It's a reusable block of user interface that you can put in your app, and you can maneuver them around. You can do other things with them. So we have those blocks, or those structs are defined as structures that inherit from view, and they have to have this var body, and they're going to return some view, right? And again, that's sort of nitty-gritty insider baseball of sort of the syntax of Swift UI. You don't need to bother about that. What you do need to understand to go forward here is that the sidebar is a thing, that the detail is a thing, and that what we're going to be building is this host container view that's going to show us both of these in such a way that we can run them and see what's going on. And then what we're going to do is we're going to modify this so that we can actually display a different UI based on the screen sort of size classes. So let's see, is this, oh yeah, here we go. So here's our basic view for the host controller. You see that it's got rows 1 through, I think it should have like 100 that I put in there. Yep, okay. And we got our detail. And with just creating that navigation view with the sidebar one and then the detail one, we get this neat little button up here, and we can do this and make it reappear. And I've styled this to look a lot like a sidebar on iOS or iPad OS. Okay, or I'm going to. So the first thing we want to do is get this list not to be row 1 through 100, but to be actually our existing claims. So let's go ahead and refactor our existing claim view so that we're taking it out of a navigation view, because we've already got one, and then start putting this together in something that we can reuse. So it used to be that we booted directly into the existing claim view, and it only handled that one UI size. What we're going to do is we're going to abstract this out, so this is just the existing claim list, and then we're going to put that existing claim list into our host container view that is going to allow us to switch sides back and switch sizes and things. At this point, you know, we've got let's see, I've got somebody coming in talking about chat. Okay, so we've got some people who are gonna, if you want to chat us, that's fine. It may take a second. We've got a little bit more work to do to get those chat messages here, but feel free to ask questions. Always snide remarks, etc. So what we're going to do is we're going to change our existing claim list view. We're going to take out this navigation view here because we don't want that. And I'm just going to look here. Where's this one? One of the things that I always liked about... Okay, so we're going to get rid of that. And... that. Okay. Now if we save this, we should be able to put this back in our host container view. So in our sidebar, instead of having that list, we're going to return an existing list claim view. Like that. Simple, short little refactor. Build succeeded. Let's see what this runs as. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Boom, look at that. Now, we already have that, and we can hide our sidebar. It's looking much more iPad-ish. But we can, what happens if we click on this? Oh, it automatically handles that to put that in the detail view for us. I love that. I've done no coding to make that happen. What's really awesome is that just happens. I love that. If we click on new, that new, whoop, okay. Allow while using app. It prompted me for my little permission there. If I got rid of this, check this out. And here's what's really cool. Because I've built this with SwiftUI, because I'm using just that navigation view, because I'm building this with components that are customized for what I need, like with this logic of finding the different pre-existing or existing claims. But what I can also do is that also gives me things like, I'm going to open up something in side by side or on top of, and you can see what happens when I do that. It automatically changes the way the navigation view renders. So now I've got the navigation view that shows up over here, and I've also got my little browser window over here, and I can resize those. And what I want to be able to do now is to make this happen so that it works no matter what, regardless of if it's on an iPhone or an iPad. And I want to be able to tweak it so that when I'm looking at, here, let's do this. If I'm looking at this claim, I want this information to be shown to me differently on an iPad than it is on an iPhone. So we've made this quick change. We've changed literally, I think, 3 lines of code. And I want to see what happens when I look at this on an iPhone. So let's go over here, back to our Xcode. I'm going to stop this, and I'm going to change this back to my iPhone 12 and launch it again. And this should be, oh, I need to choose iPhone 12 Pro so it doesn't launch a whole new one. There we go. iPhone 12 Pro. It's going to build. Run over here. There we go. Running. I can appreciate this. All right, so I haven't changed anything. We're still using that same bit of code that is using the navigation view the way we expect it, and it's automatically sized this to start using it for the iPhone. Now, if you go back over to our iPad version, you'll see that there's some issues here. Let me get rid of this side view. Come on. I always find this harder to do on the simulator than... Okay. Now can I get rid of it? No. This is the part that I just love about the simulator. I want to cancel this. Come on. Come on. For some reason, I find it really hard to dismiss this on the simulator. Come on. So earlier today, I asked people to tell me you're a Salesforce developer without telling me you're a Salesforce developer. And I've gotten a whole bunch of interesting reactions to that. If you have one, feel free to put it in the chat here. Come on. This is so hard on the simulator, and I don't know why. Okay, go away. Okay, you know what? We're just going to make this super skinny. There we go. All right. All right, now one of the things that I've noticed here is that in our iPad layout, we can't really see existing claims because our layout buttons are in the way. All right, so let's go ahead and see if we can't make some changes to this view here in our navigation view that are going to affect how we might display things. Let's see here. Yep. Okay. And then what I'm going to do this is I'm going to use a simple if statement. And I'm going to call on some environment work here in the environment size class. So I'm going to say if, and then I'll put in size, it's h size class is equal to compact. And this is our iPhone size. And then we'll have else. Okay, and we'll put these two up here. And this one we'll just do, and over here we'll do navigation view. And we'll do existing claims list view, like that. Now, we can do some other simple, interesting things here by taking this one and going and looking for, like, let's find a way to differentiate this. So we'll do text compact view, and then over here we'll do our detail. We'll do a H stack, horizontal stack. So we're going to stack things one on top of each other. And we'll do text not compact. Okay. Put that in our H stack. Come on. Detail. Okay. Now I'm going to be a little picky and format my code here. And let's go ahead and run this. We're going to run it on the iPhone Pro. So we should see as it kicks over. Is it going to kick over automatically? Yep, here we go. All right, compact view. So we see the text compact view, but we don't actually see our navigation. Oh, because it's in the navigate. It's on the, yeah. Let's do this. We'll do H stack. Do text. There's like a frame rate for typing here. Compact view. And then we'll do existing claims view. And we're already in that navigation view, so we don't actually need that navigation view. All right, so we'll just reuse that navigation view we've got, like in this. Let me rerun that. Building, building. Hopefully launching. Launching. Come on, no whammies. All right, so it did, you know what, I did H stack, so it's going to put it side by side, not up and down, because, yeah, that makes sense. Let me fix that. And to fix that, all I have to do is change V to H to V. I don't want it to be that way here either. All right, so we'll do this. Run that. It should be fix it. We should see at the top that we're in our compact view. There we go. So here's our compact view. Now if we start doing things, we're in that navigation view. We haven't had to change anything. So we're just doing it that way. And I'm going to go back over to my code. Now if I were to run this in my iPad Pro, we should see the sidebar. And then at the top we'll see not compact. And then our details if we've got any. Okay. Launch that. Not compact. Detail. Now if I choose this, it's going to override that detail. I love it. Perfect. Okay, so I feel like we've got a good thing here going. Now let's do some actual like work to make this pretty. Now I've got an abstracted sidebar view that says existing list claim view, and part of what my existing list claim view does is that it has some list style. It says plain list style here, and what I want to do is I want to make this look at whether or not we're on an iPad, and if it is on an iPad, I want it to use the standard list styling for an iPad. So, let's see. Out of curiosity, that's list style, iPad list, sidebar list style, sidebar list style. There we go. Okay, so we can do this in a couple of different ways. We could pass in to our existing list claim view our environment horizontal class size, or we could just, for grins and giggles, I'm just going to copy and paste it, because grabbing that environment bit doesn't hurt us at all. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to change my list style to look at doing it a slightly different way. I'm going to look at this and say, I'm going to do a ternary basically. So H class size is equal to compact, then use the plain list style. Otherwise, use the sidebar list style. Okay, save that. Cannot find H class size and scope. H size class is what I named it. Helps if I use the actual variable name I chose. Okay, result values in a mismatched type between plain list style and sidebar list style. Yes, I know. Result values in question, so in the ternary expression, have mismatched types. So list style so that's interesting. Let's look at how we might fix that. To do that, I'm going to Google, because Googling is always an option. I'm going to search for, the thing that I'm looking for is conditional Swift UI conditional modifier. Conditional modifiers. I've looked at this one before. And this is where I got the idea of using the ternary. And he's doing it based off that, but I feel like that should work because it should coerce the twist. So if we look at our host view controller, come on. Where's my host view controller? Host view controller. And if this is compact, how do we extract that out so that our existing list view can use it? Conditionally apply sidebar list style. Conditionally apply sidebar list style. apply sidebar style to certain OS or target. Seems like similar to what we're doing. They are wanting to better off doing this. What is this? List style, sidebar list style, default navigation. Okay, so they're doing it with a preprocessor. And then putting that down here in the list, we're going to have the list style. I'd rather not duplicate this. That seems like a waste of code. But it looks like I may have to without going into doing a whole bunch of... This was not the issue I expected to get hung up on, I'll be honest with you. I'm honest with you. Do I have anybody out there tuned in today? Any chat messages from anybody wanting to say hello? Anybody gonna give me a hard time? Let's see here. I'm looking at this. I don't want to, because it's not really multi-OS. It's. I guess I could put it if OS Mac OS 0 list style list. A view extension and create it like this. That is not great. That is a little bit of magic that I don't know that I want to go into. Let's see here. View modifier. I don't want to do just for the modifier. Extension. Tangle foreground. Oh, look at that. Yeah. Sidebar list style. The thing is, this gets complicated with... Let's do sidebar Swift UI iPad. Let's see what this guy is. Paul Hudson. He generally has. See, he's got it sidebar list style, which is what I've got in the code, right? Sidebar list style, which should have a nice, pretty dark gray. There any quick help on that one? No. Result values in expression. Am I doing the expression wrong? That's just because we did look at Swift UI conditional modifiers, and the conditional modifier is colon question colon. Do I need to maybe do that? I would have expected result values. Yep, I know. That's because I want to switch the style. Okay. Well, I want to demonstrate what it looks like to say sidebar list style, so you see what it should look like on an iPad, and we'll launch that on the iPad here and look at it. See, you got that nice gray with the highlighted blue, and that's that. I haven't done anything to style that. I just said sidebar list style. I wonder what happens if I run this on an iPad or iPhone, if it will handle that automatically. So let's find out. We'll run this on the iPhone simulator. Okay. Go to Slack. People are watching. No questions yet. All right, that's fair. That's fair. Are we still building? Attaching. Okay. Okay, that has totally... That is... it's very weird. Okay, so let's think maybe. We got a couple things going on here with that. So I'm going to take this out of the VStack because we don't actually care about having that compact view tag there. We'll do it this way. Run this. See if that fixes our weird indentation around everything. No, we still got this like weird border around things. Why is that? Now if I were to change this to plain list style, oh, I gotta rerun it from here. Thank you, Kevin. All right, rerun that. There we go, that's better. All right, so we definitely want to keep plain list style if we are in I mean, I guess I could just duplicate the list because if h size class equal to compact, else, okay, this seems give that on, try that on for size. Yeah, because that's all going to be part of the, although that doesn't need to be there. Those things, that's the navigation buttons, etc. Those things can all go to our host container because they're on this navigation view right here. Okay. Host container view has no view model. That's right. Okay. Just undo all that. Let's have a think here. Let's look at what would do if we wanted to apply list style by size class, Swift UI. Insert group list, different layouts and size classes, change a view's layout and response, change a list's set group list. I don't. Swift UI list style examples. Oh, look, examples. Okay. Expandable list. Nope. I don't want to. Menu. That's only going to appear for. Yeah, menu. Oh no, that's on iOS. That's interesting. Navigation view. Put that in the list view, in the navigation view. This is not at all what I'm looking for. List style. We'll look at the Apple docs. Protocol list style. Got plain list style, sidebar list style. So these are all conforming types of the protocol. list style. And if I go look at our code, list style here should be able to accept either, but my ternary doesn't work. This is our sidebar. List style. I feel like, so let's do this. We'll do let. No, that's gonna change. We can't do a let variable because that's a constant we're creating. So we can't just create a variable and say what's our size class. We've got this environment variable that we can track, but again, maybe we can stack them. Plain list style, sidebar, list style. And then do h size class to the size classes, they are Swift UI size classes. I think it's compact and regular. Or regular, yeah. So if it's regular, expected, well, reset values, mismatching types. That's true, but they're both protocol following types. So if you're watching along at home and you're going, what's a protocol type? A protocol is it's really powerful and they are super cool, but they're kind of hard to explain. A protocol is it's sort of like a virtual abstract class. You can provide methods that they have to create or conform to, and they allow you to have sort of multi-object inheritance in a way. That's a super high-level nutshell version of what a protocol is. But the gist of it is that two object types that both conform to the same protocol should be able to resolve back to the same type. So sidebar list style and plain list style both are, we were just looking at the docs, are coming back as a conforming protocol for list style. Maybe we do as list style as, which is a way to cast things. Protocol type list style cannot conform to list style. Only struct enum class types can conform to protocols. Well, that's on this one. What about the next line? How do you like that, apples? We're not complaining yet. Maybe? Value of protocol type cannot conform to list style. Okay. Sidebar list style. It's a struct. And it conforms to list style. And, okay, so plain list style also conforms to list style. Okay. Let's try this. Var style is equal to okay, h size compact. If it is compact, we're going to go with plain list style. Otherwise, we're going to go with sidebar list style. See if it allows us to do that. Comment that. And we'll uncomment this, and then we'll put this in this style. Maybe. Cannot use instance member with and property initializer. Okay. You can put it in the I don't think I can define a var inside a body. Yeah. It doesn't like that either. Huh. Okay. Well, what I'm going to do is we're going to ignore that for right now. We're going to do plain list style. I'm trying to think of what the Swift UI way of doing this would be. And I think it would be to redefine the list itself in a way that you could return that. I wonder if I could. So if I take that off and I go back to my host container view, can I put list view style here? Inquiring minds are curious. Interesting. It was that simple all along? Curious. We'll see. That does appear to have done it for the iPhone. Now let's do this over here, where we're going to put the sidebar. In our sidebar, we're going to put list style as sidebar list style. And we'll just color me surprised that it was that simple. It's one of those things where I'm sure if I did this more often. All right. Appears to be working well there. Let's switch over to iPhone or iPad Pro. Running it over here. Come on, launching. That works great. Okay, so that's that solved. Now, the thing is, on our iPad, when we're looking at this information, we've got so much more real estate. And you can tell that we've got all this white space here. So what we could do is we could modify our view such that, if we are, on that iPad, we can say maybe display a map. So let's go ahead and pull the map information. And the way this works, and we're going to dive into how the SDK for Salesforce works here a little bit, is we've got our data models and our classes, view models. Okay. And we're going to have a new claim view model. And our new claim view model has got all sorts of information in here, but actually I didn't want view claim new. I want the existing claim list view. There's that. And then when I grab it, what it's going to do is it's going to show me the claim details list model. And the way this works, and this is actually kind of interesting. We've got a way for it to go and grab me all of the fields that show up on the compact layout for the case ID. So if we go back to our user org over here, we go into Object Manager, I am connected to the internet, thank you. And we go into case, because that's the object we're using in Salesforce to back this. And I go to case page layouts. I've got, I'm sorry, I want compact layouts. And we got our mobile compact layout. I can go in here, and these are my fields that are going to show. Now, what I can do is I can edit this to also show me. I've got my incident location, and it's storing the, yeah, here we go, Latin long. Add that. Okay, we're going to add that lat long here. Now, if I go over to Redwoods again, and I rerun this, just want it to refresh. Okay. Now, I haven't changed anything in my code in my app, but if I click on this, now I also get the latitude, longitude for the latitude and longitude for the incident location. So without changing a line of code, because this is backed by Salesforce, I was able to go into the compact layouts, add that field there. And now that we have the Latin long, we can actually start doing something really interesting with it. So let's go in and look at our code for the existing, or the claim details view model. I'm sorry, not that. The claim details, where's my claim details? Here we go. Claim details view. And I'm showing this as a list with all the different information. I'm going to grab it from my claim ID. Now, I could put a map here at the bottom of this, and the way you do that in Switch UI is you map. And there's, I forget how, I have an example of using a map. Let's look at the example, which is new claim view, and it's map. That's not the right one. I want the data model. Claim. Where did I put that? Let's look in scenes and components. I mean, description, incident location component. There we go. That's what I was looking for. So we've got this map, and we're going to pass in a coordinate region, and we got a blue car. I'm just going to copy this. Okay, this whole thing here, because normally what I do if I'm going to copy that, I would probably abstract this out into its own view, so I had like a reusable map component thing here. But for right now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it in here. It's my list view. I want my claim details view. Put this here. Now you've got this coordinate region, and I've got to get a coordinate region. That doesn't exist. But I've got a view model, claim details view model. And my claim view details view model has the idea of a struct that has got a key and a value, right? And so what I'm going to get out of this is just the key, which is going to be like name, and then the value of the name. And the reason I'm doing it this way is so that I can go and quickly grab all of the information related to that compact layout and get back the field name and then the field value. So key value store there. And what I'm going to do is in my claim details list model, I need to create, in order to make this show, I need to give a coordinate region based on that. So let's look at the docs for that. Swift UI map. How to show a map view. Yeah, sure. We're going to have this create longitude and latitude span. Okay. So this looks like a nice bit of code that we can copy just to start getting an idea of what this does and then to tweak it. So if we go look back at the code here, struct our view. So we're going to be in our view. So here, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to give it a state variable. This means it's going to track the state of it. Private MK coordinate region, that means I'm going to need mapkit. And I know that I'm going to need mapkit because I got these little squigglies. They're hard to see probably to grab that mapkit. And then my coordination here is going to have to be matched on the view model. So if we look at our view model, claim details view model, We're going to fetch that data. We're going to store it. And we got our claim detail model there. And our claim detail model, view model. Jump to definition. Has just those things there. So we back up, and then we're going to look at this, and I'm going to say, so once I get this, pull it in, record, my claim details are here. So I'm going to set, I'm actually going to do my claim details view. I'm going to put this in my observed object. Okay. Put this here. Okay, and I'll put map-kit over here as well. Now what I need to do is grab this data. So whenever I run this, my claim details is going to be changed. All right, so what I'm going to do is say I want my claim details dot it's going to be an array. Oh, because it's an array of key value stores. That's right. So how do I pull? Let's see. I'm going to make this back there. That's because map-kit has a capital K. All right. It doesn't like that. Why do we not like that? Unapp not attribute. Oh, that's right. I can't put that there. Okay, we'll put that there. Put this here. And then our coordinate region, we're just going to make this say self.region. And that is going to have to be it's not there, it's here. Okay, we'll run that. See if that gives us a map. Now it's not going to be tied to our lat long just yet. Okay, choose this one. We're loading that. There we go. It's showing us in central London. But look, we've added the map to it there. Now what is interesting is this is all going to appear also if we were to switch over to our iPhone 12 Pro. So let's run that over here. Running. Building. There we go. Now if I click on this again, we've still got the map showing up down there, but you can see that it's covering up other things. And so we probably don't want that map to show up on the iPhone one. So how do we block that so that it doesn't actually show on our claim details view? And the way we can do that is simple. We can grab that same host container view environment variable. And we actually don't need this one, the vertical class one. And they'll go over to our claim details view, and we can say if, actually here, we're going to put this up here. And then we can say if h size class equals regular okay, we'll rerun that. Now we're going to launching it back on the iPhone side of things here, and rerun this. Pick one. No map. So we've set this up so that it'll only run this map on the iPad version. And so doing that, we can actually really nicely sort of tailor our UI based on what sort of real estate we have. And I'm going to rerun this on our iPad version. So if we run the iPad version, we should be able to see it show up when we choose a case. So we'll choose this incident at the Sydney Bridge, and there's our map. Now this map is interactive, although it's running very slowly right now. My computer has a load average of 15 at the moment, so it's a little busy. And if we were to do things like hide the... oh, I hit the wrong button. Row. Okay. Did I? Okay. There we go. Oh. Yeah, there we go. I can log in. Now if we choose this and I hit the, not the logout button, but that, you can see it automatically updates. And again, what's really cool is if I get this to trigger, I'm going to bring up this again, add that to the side. You can see that if I shrink this, boom, you see it's removing it. So it's all very, easy to pull out and figure out what's going on where. And let me pull up the existing claim. There's the map. And guys, and gals, that's what I want to accomplish today. I want to be able to get this iPad interface working. I wanted to tweak part of it to show us something in the iPad version that it doesn't show in the iPhone version, and we accomplished all those goals. I have 2 minutes left. Let's see if anybody's got questions for me here. No questions yet. So what we're going to do is I'm going to say adios and arrivederci, and thank you for tuning in. I'll see you all next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. It's 1 p.m. Eastern on Thursdays, and we'll be back to working with some Apex and JavaScript next week. Thank you very much, and thanks for tuning in.